So before we start a regular meeting, it's my honor and privilege to swear in the next chair of the Metropolitan Council, Nora Slawick. Nora, would you please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, Nora Slawick.
I, Nora Slawick.
Hereby swear.
Hereby swear.
To support the Constitution.
To support the Constitution.
Of the United States.
Of the United States.
And of the state of Minnesota.
And of the state of Minnesota.
And to discharge faithfully.
And to discharge faithfully.
My duty as the chair.
My duty as the chair.
Of the Metropolitan Council.
Of the Metropolitan Council.
To the best of my judgment and ability.
To the best of my judgment and ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So we time these meetings now, so we'll see how.
Faster than
Well, I did have, we have a special visitor at 3:30. Have you heard that?
Yes.
Yes, the governor and lieutenant governor are coming. So we will, by 3:30, we have to be done. So I think it'll work.
Motion to adjourn.
Now, city council, we always have to get a thing from the video people, but we don't have to, thumbs up or anything. Not going to be. Marie's not going to be.
Apparently not.
Good afternoon. I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Metropolitan Council. It is Wednesday, January 2019, and calling the meeting to order. Today, we're going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to do some chair remarks at the beginning of the meeting. And I just wanted to take a minute and thank Harry Melander for swearing me in and for all the members for being here. I feel very honored to be appointed to the chair of the Metropolitan Council by Governor Walz and to have the opportunity to serve our 7-county metro region. Having served 7 terms in the House of Representatives and most recently as mayor of Maplewood for 5 years, I'm very familiar with the good work of the council and the importance to our region. And that's one of the reasons I accepted the position. I believe in the mission and the work of the council. From housing that is affordable, a modern transit system, equity and opportunity for all, from land planning, wastewater, world-class parks, the council plays a huge role in our region's economic competitiveness and community prosperity. Our ability to accomplish these things is a result of the council's work to convene partners and to tackle our shared challenges. Now, I will go on with my remarks, but I forgot, you always have to acknowledge your family members. So I also want to thank my husband, Mark, for being here today, and Stephen Vogel, who is a student at the U of M, who's here. So thank you. And to say, for our regional approach, this is the approach I had as a local mayor. I worked in partnership with other mayors, actually around the region and around the state, because I knew we were facing some common challenges. And by working together, we could come up with common solutions. This is the basis of Governor Walz and Lieutenant Governor Flanagan's vision for One Minnesota, a place where everyone has a seat at the table, and we come together to accomplish ambitious goals for our region. I've been working on many of these issues in the East Metro for a long time, and I can't wait to roll up my sleeves and get to work for the council and the Walz-Flanagan administration. So thank you. It's exciting to be here. We will now move into the meeting. Approval of the agenda. The first order of business is approval of the agenda. Can I have a motion?
Move approval.
I'll second.
Okay. It's now you catch who did. Okay. It's been moved and seconded. Approval of the agenda. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. The motion, the approval agenda passes. Approval of minutes. We have the minutes from December 12th. Can I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes?
Motion.
Second.
Okay. There's been a motion and a second to approve the minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is adopted. Next, we have a public invitation. So if there are any interested people from the public that want to address the council, they would come forward at this time. And I don't see anybody. Okay, all right, so we will move on. The next item is the business of the council. First time it's a little rusty, right? First, we'll do the consent agenda. Typically, the consent agenda is non-controversial, and handled in one motion. Kind of a motion?
I'll move.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. All right, now we have our reports of standing committees. First, we have community development. So, Councilmember Commerce.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Community Development Committee has 4 items to bring to the full council. The first is 2018-331, Park Acquisition Opportunity Fund Grant for Kingswood Special Recreation Feature, the Baker parcel at Three Rivers Park District. The Community Development Committee approved this grant in December. The Three Rivers Park District Board of Commissioners also approved this acquisition. The City of Minnetrista gave its consent at a November meeting, and the Parks and Open Space Commission of the Metropolitan Council also reviewed this in December and supports the resolution. On the consent agenda today, the third item was concurrent action, Madam Chair, to approve a master plan amendment adjusting the boundary for the Kingswood Special Recreation Feature to add this property. The property is located on Little Long Lake in Hennepin County, and the acquisition will add nearly 18 acres to the Kingswood Special Recreation Feature. Therefore, Madam Chair, on behalf of the committee, I move that the council approve a grant of up to $1,650,000 to Three Rivers Park District to acquire the Baker parcel in the City of Minnetrista for the Kingswood Special Recreation Feature. Authorize the Community Development Director to execute the grant agreement and restrictive covenant on behalf of the council. Consider reimbursing Three Rivers Park District for up to $550,000 from its share of a future regional parks bonding program. And finally, inform Three Rivers Park District that the council does not, under any circumstances, represent or guarantee that future reimbursement will be granted, and expenditure of local funds never entitles a park agency to reimbursement.
So I understand that is a motion, right? And so, okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, you're in a motion and a second. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the motion is carried. Thank you, Councilmember Commerce.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
The second item is 2018-332, another Park Acquisition Opportunity Fund grant proposal, this time for Gray Cloud Island Regional Park, the Hale parcel in Washington County. Again, the Community Development Committee approved this proposal in December. The Washington County Board of Commissioners approved the proposal, and the Parks and Open Space Commission reviewed and also support it. The property is located on Moores Lake, which is part of the Mississippi River, and the acquisition on the north side of Lower Gray Cloud Island will add 20.15 acres and nearly half a mile of shoreline to Gray Cloud Island Regional Park. So, Madam Chair, on behalf of the committee, I move that the council approve a grant of up to $393,543 to Washington County to acquire the 20-acre Hale parcel located in the city of Cottage Grove for Gray Cloud Island Regional Park. And secondly, authorize the Community Development Director to execute the grant agreement and restrictive covenant on behalf of the council.
Thank you. There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, hearing a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the motion is carried. Your next item?
Thank you, Madam Chair. The third item is 2018-352. That is the adoption of Shakopee housing goals. This action is to adopt Livable Communities Act Local Housing Incentives Account affordable and life cycle housing goals adopted by the City of Shakopee in order to participate in the Livable Communities Act program beginning calendar year 2019. According to the Livable Communities Act, a city must participate in the Local Housing Incentives Account program to be eligible to receive grants or loans under the Livable Communities Fund and receive certain polluted sites cleanup funding from the Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development. In turn, in order to participate in the Local Housing Incentives Account program, a city must establish affordable and life cycle housing goals that are consistent with and promote the policies of the Metropolitan Council. The City of Shakopee has passed a resolution electing to participate in the local housing incentives account program and established affordable and life cycle housing unit goals. These goals are consistent with council policies. The Community Development Committee held a public hearing at our December 3rd, 2018 meeting and held the public record open for 10 days. No comments were received either verbally or in writing. So, Madam Chair, the motion from the committee is that the Metropolitan Council approve the attached Resolution 2018-31, adopting the Livable Communities Act Local Housing Incentives Account Affordable and Life Cycle Housing Goals adopted by the City of Shakopee to participate in the Livable Communities Act for calendar years 2019 through 2020.
Okay. There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Hearing a second. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the motion is carried, and one more.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The final item from the Community Development Committee is 2018-353. This action is to award over $4.4 million in Livable Communities tax-based revitalization account grant funds to support 12 redevelopment sites. Upon completion, these projects together are expected to result in over 1,100 new housing units, including more than 250 affordable housing units, with 7 units affordable to households below 30% of area median income, 67 units to households earning 50% AMI, and 184 units at 60% AMI. It will also result in an annual tax base increase of $6.9 million, over 1,200 new and retained jobs, and $730 million of leveraged private investment. So, Madam Chair, on behalf of the committee, I move that the council first authorize the transfer of $1,861,700 from the tax-based revitalization account TOD fund and $77,900 from the tax-based revitalization account Seeding Equitable Environmental Development, the SEED grant categories, to the TBRA grant category. Secondly, award 12 tax-based revitalization account grants as shown in Table 1 in the business item in your package. And 3, authorize the Community Development Division Director to execute the grant agreements on behalf of this council.
Okay, thank you. There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. I just want to take a minute and thank some of the elected officials that came today. And he already snuck out, but Leon Lilly was here. He chairs the Legacy Fund in the House of Representatives. He's my old seatmate. And so I'm sure he had to get back to the Capitol. I should have mentioned him at the beginning. I see Mary Hammond Rowland is here. And anybody I'm missing? Other
McDonough's in the hall.
Oh, Ruth Johnson is here. Anybody? Okay. Otherwise, there will be the reception at 3:30, and we'll be recognizing folks there too. So, thank you. And I know that Environment, Councilmember Rummel, do you have any report?
We do not.
Okay. And I just want to say thank you because you are my representative and council member. You've done a great job. So I had to say that and just call on you for that. And next we have management, and so I'm going to call on Council Member Chavez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is business item 2018-341. The labor agreement with the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, local union number 110, IBEW. The IBEW contract expired on April 30, 2018. IBEW Local 110 represents 32 employees who perform electrical maintenance work and environmental services. Following recommendation from the IBEW Executive Board, the IBEW membership ratified the agreement on November 29, 2018. Highlights of the agreement include a 3-year contract effective May 1, 2018 and expiring on April 30, 2021. An approximately $3 per hour increase per year in the total wages and benefits package paid to eligible employees, which, according to council policy, follows the outside agreement negotiated between IBEW 110 and representatives of the local construction industry. In 2018, the total package will be $71.45 per hour. No, that's not right, per hour. It's just that's a total package. The total package includes payments for all wages and benefits of employees, including health insurance pension contributions, and time off. The cost of the labor agreement was reviewed by Finance and was negotiated within the economic parameters established by the council. This item was reviewed and approved by the Management Committee on December 12. Madam Chair, the Management Committee moves approval to authorize the Regional Administrator to enter into a labor agreement with the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union Number 110, IBEW, effective May 1, 2018 through April 30, 2021.
Okay. Thank you, Councilmember Chavez. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. So thank you. Good reports. Transportation, Councilmember Barber, I understand those were handled on the consent agenda?
All reports are on the consent.
Okay, thank you. Now that brings us to other business. We have an appointment to the Transportation Advisory Board, or the TAB, as it's known. The Transportation Advisory Board has positions for a representative and an alternate for the non-motorized category. However, the appointed representative and alternate resigned from their appointments after taking positions with local cities. Per TAB bylaws, citizen members appointed by the council cannot be elected officials or employees of counties, cities, townships, or the Metropolitan Council during their term on the board. Nicholas Fox is a current alternate in the transit category and has served on the TAB since January 2017. To ensure the non-motorized category is represented on the TAB, I am recommending that the Metropolitan Council approve the appointment of Nicholas Fox as the non-motorized representative of the Transportation Advisory Board. I would entertain a motion on this item.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, it's been moved by Rummel. Is there a second? Seconded by Chavez. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay, thank you. That brings us to reports. Now it's about 3:20 and we have about 10 minutes. So I'm going to ask if there are reports, but we want to keep them kind of brief today. Do council members have any reports they'd like to share? Anybody? Wow. Okay, so it is going to go really fast. Oh, we have Councilmember Munt.
Madam Chair, Councilmember Barber and I had a meeting with Carver County to discuss their legislative agenda and our shared interests at the Capitol. And last night I went to the swearing in of Eden Prairie Mayor Ron Case. I want to pay honor to outgoing Mayor Nancy Tyra Lukens, whose grace and strength have been extraordinary in improving life in Eden Prairie and in the region.
Okay, thank you, and much agreed. She's a terrific mayor. I think we have a Carver County Commissioner here, Randy Malunichek's here, so welcome, and he's on the tab, of course, too. Thank you. Any other reports? Okay. Thank you. And now I'm going to ask Wes and Ann if they have anything to share.
You know how many minutes? No.
Okay, not today. Okay. And I think that brings us to adjournment. Once we adjourn, I just wanted to invite everybody to stay for the reception. So we'll be right out here in the hallway. You probably saw the coffee and the cookies as you came in. And we'd love to have you stay for a bit. The governor is expected to come. The lieutenant governor also will be coming. So it's a good chance to meet them if you haven't met them already. With that, if there isn't any other business, okay, and we are adjourned.